Okay, now I'm sharing my screen. Just let me know. Is it visible again? Is
Yes,
it
sir.
visible?
Yes.
Okay, so decomposition and all these things we have discussed, though we have discussed these things in the previous classes. Okay, but still again I want to start it and revisit it again so that you can recall it. Okay, so decomposition basically it is the process where we are breaking down the relation into two or more relations. Okay, so when we are breaking it, so we have to follow some common rules, like whenever we are breaking a r into two more relations, so each new relation contains subset of attributes of r. Okay, and then together they all include tuples and attributes of r, so both these things will be there. And then they are based on these decomposition, there will be two kind of decomposition: lossless decomposition and lossy decomposition. Okay, so what will happen with the lossless decomposition or lossy decomposition? Suppose we are having a relation r and we are decomposing it in two relation r1 and r2, then the decomposition is lossy when we again recover the information from r1 and r2. Then in that case it does not yield the same relation as in r. Okay, it means whatever the relation, original relation we are having, in that if we are decomposing it into two relation, then we will be not able to recover all the information. So in that case there will be a loss of information, so that's why it is called as a lossy decomposition. So this is an example. Here you can see, in that case you can see, like here this is example customer table balance and name. Here you can see account number A1 having a 5,000 balance, A2 having 5,000 balance, so branch name is Rajkot and Surat. So suppose I decompose this relation into two relation based on this uh, balance value, like account number balance and account number balance. Okay, but here you can see balance and Rajkot we have associated in the table 2 for some attributes, and the attribute is a subset of the original relation r. Okay, so now you can see from here, can be able to recover all the information from these relation. If we are recoverable, then we can say decomposition is lossless, otherwise it's lossy. So in this table you can see, if you are seeing, if you are performing join operation on these two table, then we are able to retrieve this information from these two table. If we are performing join operation in these two table, then we are getting this information. So in this information you can see account number 1 having 5,000 balance and available in the Rajkot. It is also having 5,000 balance, but it is also available in Surat. So based on this joint operation, we are able to retrieve this information. So this is incorrect information. So we are not able to retrieve this correct information from this joint operation. So it means this decomposition is called as a lossy decomposition. Is that okay? Okay.
Yes, sir. Yes.
So you can see these is the two information that we are having incorrect. Okay. Okay, so this is the lossy decomposition. Okay, so this is not same with the as the previous one, so that's why this composition is called as lossy decomposition. Okay. Okay, now you can see example for lossless decomposition, then we are able to retrieve. So you can see again, here we are decomposing this relation based on the account number. Okay, so now you can see, here we will be exactly able to retrieve the same information as available in the previous table. So this decomposition is lossless, whereas the previous decomposition is lossy. So whenever we are decomposing a relation into two relations, then we are performing a joint operation and we are able to retrieve the exactly same information as is in the previous one. So that decomposition is called as lossless decomposition. So what you understand from previous one and this one, then how we have to decompose two relations? In the previous one we have decomposed based on the balance, in this one we have decomposed it on the account number. As you can see, balance is not unique in the table, so whenever we are decomposing it on the and we are performing join operation, then we are getting some additional information, then we are losing some information in the previous table. So in this case we have decomposed based on the account number that is unique here. So based on the unique attributes, if you are decomposing a relation, then we will most probably we will be getting a correct relation, and then whenever we are performing a join on that, then we will be getting a same relation. Is that okay? Okay. Okay, so decomposition must be lossless whenever we are decomposition. Okay, so now next topic is anomalies. That is, I am again revisiting. Anomaly in the database are the problems occur when we are having a unnormalized database and unplanned database, and when we are performing some operation on the database like insertion, deletion, updation. So there will be some problem. So these anomalies are called as the insert anomaly, delete anomaly, and update anomaly. So insert anomalies, you can see an example, like consider a relation employee and department where employee ID, employee name, city, department ID, D name, manager ID. This is a whole table we are having in a single table. Now here you can see employee ID is a primary key. Is that okay? Now suppose I want to insert a new row in that table for a department. Now in that we have started a new department, IT. Okay, but currently you can assume there is a no employees added in this department. So you can see here we need to keep field these field department city can employees or department city can be there. Okay, department ID we can provide, or currently manager or employee has not appointed for this department. Then how you will be going to insert this row? If you are inserting this row, it means the primary key employee ID will not having any value. It means we have to assign a primary key as a null. But in the constraint of the primary key, we have seen we cannot keep primary key as a null. Is that okay?
Yes.
Okay, so it means there will be a problem while we are inserting an additional row in that table. So what is the solution for that? How we can remove this, or how we can eliminate this problem? Yes.
सर प्राइमरी को हम वैल्यू
But we cannot give ना, अगर कोई एम्प्लॉय नहीं है, then how we can assign any value to the primary key? एम्प्लॉय का आईडी है ना, एम्प्लॉय नहीं है तो उसका आईडी कहाँ से बना दोगे आप?
तो सर फिर हम मतलब ऐसा कर सकते हैं कि उसको मतलब एक ये से डीआईडी क्या बनता है?
Why this problem is arising? Because
सर
we are having actually employee and department, all these things in a single
मतलब
table.
सर हम इनके दो टेबल बना देंगे और
बिल्कुल
जो डिपार्टमेंट है उसको
बिल्कुल
मतलब
बिल्कुल
foreign
correct, you are saying correct. So in that case, in order to remove this problem, we have to decompose the relation into multiple tables so that this problem will not be arising. If department table we are having separately, then we can easily insert, है ना? So we can avoid this anomaly, or we can remove this problem by using decomposing a relation multiple table. So that we will see later, है ना? Next, delete anomaly. What is the delete anomaly? Delete anomaly means we are having this table, and if you want to delete one employee from the table, suppose an employee J has been deleted or has been left the job from the department, then we need to remove from this. So whenever you are removing, so you need to remove this information. So you need to remove this information, na? Okay, na? But department will be there, so you need to keep IT and 2 also there, na? So how we can do it? So you want to delete it, but you cannot delete, as if you are deleting it, then employee ID will be become as a null for this department. So in that case, it will also create a problem. So either you need to delete a whole row. So if you are deleting whole row, then in that case the department information or department IT information will be deleted also. Okay, so this will be also a problem. Okay, so how, and then we will see also how we will resolve this problem. Okay, so another problem is update problem. Suppose there is a table, here you can see there are a common manager for multiple employees. Okay, in the computer science department and civil engineering department, so there are different same manager. Now suppose you want to update one information at one place, so it should be updated at all the places. Is that okay? Is that okay? So if you want to change the manager for this C department, computer engineering department, then it should be updated in all the table. Suppose here you have updated, and then here you have keep this SAH, but here SHAH, here you have updated differently, here you have updated differently. So in that case, you need to update in all the table, all the tuples of the row correctly. Otherwise, it will create an inconsistency in the database. So this will also create a problem. If we fail to update all the tuples of a given department, then two different records of employee working in the same department might show different manager. So that will be a problem of inconsistency. Okay, so an update anomaly exists when one or more records of duplicated data is updated but not all, है ना? So this is called update anomaly. Now how you can deal with the insert, delete and update anomaly? So this is one example. Here you can see, if you want to delete this or insert, delete or update it, the how we can deal with it. So in that case, you can decompose a relation into two or more relations. So here we have decomposed this relation into two relation, employee table and department table. So all the information of the employee we are keeping at separate place, and the all information of the department and manager we are keeping at different place. Okay, so in that case, you can see, if you want to add one more department, electronics, in this table, then you can see we will not be able to do it in due to, because employee ID cannot be null. But here, if you want to add one more employee, then you can or one more department here, then you can easily add. It will not be added in the employee table, and an employee table will not be affected. Here we have kept manager as a null, so there will be no problem, because here department ID is primary key, so it satisfies all the constraints. So here we are able to insert any row. Okay, so there will be no issue. And similarly, second thing, we want to delete a one row of employee in the employee original table. So this will also deleting a department from the table. So we are losing the information of the department. So in that case, if you want to delete the employee, then you can easily delete this employee. It will not affecting the department. Is that okay? So that's why this problem has been resolved in this case. Okay, next is the update wala. So if you want to change the manager for the all the department, in the previous one we are facing a problem, like we have to update at every place. But here we need to update only the one tuple, first tuple for the manager, that it will be whenever you are retrieving information for all the employees, then you will be getting with the join all the manager sa at for all the employees as a manager. Is that okay now? So here update and will also be solved. Is that okay? So here what we have done, we have actually decomposed the relation, or we have normalized the relation, so that these insert, update and delete anomalies are not arising here, है ना? Is that okay?
Yes, sir.
Okay, so decomposition. So in the normalization, basically we will decompose the relation, है ना? So we will see the normalization. What is the normalization? What is the normalized normal form? So normalization is the process of moving the redundant data, or we want to remove the redundancy, and we want to solve the problem of inconsistency, scalability, storage efficiency, and anomalies as well as. So in order to avoid the redundant information, or in order to save our efficient storage, or we have to save the storage space, and we have to increase the efficiency of the data, and solve the problem of integrity by using like completeness, accuracy and consistency of data we have to maintain, है So these things we have to achieve. Along with, we have to also achieve, we have to also solve the problem of anomalies. Okay, like insert, update and delete. So in that case, we need to do the normalization. So in normalization, generally we have to decompose a relation into multiple tables, okay, which can be rejoined or linked each time a query is issued. So if you want to retrieve any information from these multiple tables, then you can perform a join query that can retrieve the information from the multiple table. As we have seen in the SQL, how we have to write a query, or how we have to perform the join operation on multiple table to retrieve the information. Is that okay? So how we have to normalize it, how many normal forms are there? So different normal forms are there to normalize the database from 1NF to 5NF. Here BCNF is a different form, so you can see it is not a 4NF or it is not a 3NF. It is a different normal form. So 1NF, 2nd NF, 3rd NF, BCNF, 4NF and 5NF. As we move from 1NF to 5NF, number of table and complexity increases. The decomposition will be, we are decomposing a relation and we are reducing the redundancy. Okay, so we can say 5NF is a most appropriate normal form. Okay, so how we can understand a database is a given database is in which normal form. Okay, and how we have to decompose and how we have to decompose it so that we can achieve and achieve it in a desired normal form. Okay, so we have to see what is first normal form. Condition for the first normal form: whenever we are having a database or table, then in that table each cell of the table should contain a single value. Means we cannot provide a multiple value for a given attributes in the table. Is that okay? So a relation R in first normal form if and only if does not can contain composite attribute. As in case of composite attributes, we are having multiple value for a given attribute, or in case of multi-valued attributes, we are having a multiple value for a attributes. Is that okay? So that's why we are saying a relation R in first normal form if and only if all the underlying domains contain atomic values only. Okay, atomic values are, then it will be in one normal form. Is that okay? So you can see the example of one normal form with the composite attribute. Here you can see customers table will having a customer ID, name and address. Address is a composite attributes, as it can have a city and street or simple local location. So we are having a combined information for both the things here. Jamnagar Road and Rajkot, and similarly Nehru Road and Jamnagar, all these things we have provided in a single attributes. So here you can see, if I ask you to retrieve the city of Raju, then are you able to retrieve? No. In that case, you cannot identify the city of the Raju, as in the address you are retrieving whole information, but a specific city will not be able to retrieve. So this relation is not in the 1NF. Okay, so it is difficult to retrieve the list of customer living in the Jamnagar city from the customer table. So this is not in the 1NF. So how you can solve this problem? If you divide this composite attributes into multiple columns, then you can easily able to retrieve the city. Okay, so you can see this is a table. Now if you divide this table into multiple columns, then you can see road and city we have mentioned here separately. So now if I ask you to retrieve the list of a customer who lives in Jamnagar, then you will be able to retrieve it as a case. Is that okay now? Okay, so these problems has been solved by this. Next is the multi-valued attributes that we have to see. So now here you can see, you can also exercise for converting this example into first normal form. Here you can see full name we have mentioned here, Raju Mahabali. Then how you can convert this relation into one NF, as here you can see Raju Mahesh Bhai Patel, or first name or last name we have mentioned as in the name. So you can divide this also, है ना, to convert it into the 1NF. Suppose I have given you relation and then I ask you to convert it in the 1NF. If not, so you have to first check the given relation is in 1NF. If not, then you can convert it by creating another column for composite attributes. Is that okay? Okay, or for the multi-valued attribute. So you can see the example for multi-valued attribute. You can see this is a field in subject. So this is a student table here. These are the students who failed in a specific subject. So you can see Raju is failed in DS and DBMS, Mitesh is failed in DBMS and DS. So here it is a field in subject common attributes we have mentioned as a multi-valued attribute. So in that case, multiple values is entered for a particular attributes. So in that case, if I ask to retrieve the name of the students who failed in DBMS only, so it will be very difficult for a specific subject retrieving information. It is very difficult. So it is not in 1NF, as multiple values or multiple entries are for a given attributes. Okay, so in that case, you can solve this problem by using by creating another column for the given attributes, for given multi-valued attributes. You can see roll number, name, and then we can create the separate subject table. Here you can see, so roll number and subject we have mentioned, and this is the just a table that here you can see we have mentioned everything. And now I want to retrieve and I want to see who are the students who are failed in a specific subject. So you can directly retrieve based on the roll number value. So Raju is failed in the DS subject, and Raju is also failed in DBMS subject. So for the multi-valued attributes, you have to create a separate table. Why we are not focusing on creation of separate column? Can you tell me?
Sir, because multiple value attributes है, तो मतलब
नहीं,
कितने भी
अगर अपन मल्टीपल कॉलम फोकस करोगे तो क्या होगा, देखो इस टाइप की टेबल आएगी आपके पास। तो यहाँ पे तो आप कितने कॉलम बनाओगे, 3 है तो 3 भी बनाने पड़ सकते हैं, 4 भी बनाने पड़ सकते हैं। 3 बनाओगे तो इनके करस्पॉन्डिंग इसमें वैल्यू नल आएगी। इज दैट ओके ना? And it will also create a lot of redundancies here also. Is that okay na? So instead of creating multiple column for the multi-valued attribute, it is good to create a different table for that multiple attributes. Is that okay na? Multi-valued attributes. Is that okay na? So we have to create a 2 separate table. Is that okay? So whenever you are decomposing a relation into multiple tables, so keep in mind that whenever first table contained a multi-valued, except the multi-valued attribute with the same primary key. So whatever the roll number we are having, we have to also associate this roll number here, so that you can able to retrieve the data from both the table while performing join operation. Is that okay?
Yes.
Okay. So this is a case for the first NF. Now I am starting with the another NF. Okay, so now you can see, so after first NF we will be having a second NF. So whenever we are performing or we are checking any relation in second NF or third NF, before that we have to see, we can assume that given relation is in one NF. We can assume it, है ना, whenever we are going to solve it, है ना. So second NF having some condition. So before starting on that second NF, we have to discuss types of FDs. Okay, so that we can know these some conditions of second NF, third NF, or BCNF follow some conditions. So these conditions utilize the types of functional dependencies. So there are different types of functional dependencies that we have already covered in the previous classes. Okay, so in these functional dependency, these 3 we have already covered, and then we told at the previous class, in the previous classes, that we will discuss transitive and full functional dependency and partial dependency when we were studying, we will be studying in normalization. Okay, so now we have to discuss more mainly these 3 dependencies, as these are utilized in the second NF, third NF, or BCNF. Okay, so we will see, and this dependency we have discussed, though I also again revisit it. So first of all, we are seeing what is trivial functional dependencies. Okay, so trivial functional dependency, it means RHS is a subset of LHS. So suppose we are having a functional dependency of type like X tends to Y, so it is called trivial if Y is a subset of X. Okay, if Y is a subset of X, then we can say this dependency is trivial dependency. So roll number, department, in semester. Here you can see there are 3 attributes, and here we are having in the right side roll number, semester. So roll number, semester both are available in the left side of these dependencies. So it is called as a trivial dependency. Similarly, here you can see ABC is determining AB. So it is called as a trivial dependency. As why this we are calling it as a trivial dependency, as we have seen in the reflexive dependencies, reflexive properties of the dependency we have seen now. So reflexive, every attributes always determine itself. If we are having A, then A always determine A. If we are having AB, the AB always determine A, AB always determine B, and AB always determine AB. Is that okay? So that's why these dependencies are called as a trivial dependency. Okay, these dependencies always exist in the database. Okay, next is a non-trivial dependency. Non-trivial can be in the RHS is not a subset of the LHS. Is that okay? So here you can see roll number, department name, semester. Here we have added the student name. So student name is not presented in the LHS part of this dependency. So that's why it is called as a non-trivial dependency. The example of non-trivial dependency is again given here. There at least one attributes in the RHS will be different from the LHS. So that's why it is called as a non-trivial dependency. Completely non-trivial, it means in the previous non-trivial dependency you can see A is a subset of the RHS. Not all the attributes is not all attributes are subset, but at least one attribute is a subset, then it is a non-trivial. But completely non-trivial, all the attributes of the RHS will not be a proper or subset of the LHS. All subset of Y is not a subset of X. Is that okay? So here you can see in that example, student name and SPI, none of the attributes is presented in the LHS site. Okay, so that's why this is called completely non-trivial. So difference between non-trivial and completely non-trivial is clear.
Yes.
Okay, okay. So now the next functional dependency is full functional dependence. So you have to think about it. In a relation, the attribute B is fully functionally dependent on A if B is functionally dependent on A but not any proper subset of A. For example, you can see this is a dependency. We can consider A tends to B. So A value having roll number, semester and department name. Okay, B is having SPI. Is that okay? So there is a dependency from A to B. Now B should or any other attributes in the table will not be dependent or partially on the A. Partially means in the some part of A. So here you can see example roll number, semester and department name. This is a completely determining SPI. Okay, okay. So if it is not available, like here ऐसा हो सकता है कि roll number and we are having again SPI. So it means it is a not a fully dependent on LHS. Like यहाँ पे part से dependent है और यहाँ पे full से dependent है. So this is called fully dependent when SPI is fully dependent on these attributes. If there is another dependency like roll number, semester and roll number SPI, so it means it is fully, यहाँ पे तो सारे से dependent कर रहा है but यहाँ पे कम से भी defined हो रहा है ना, determine हो रहा है ना. Is that okay ना? So that is not full dependency. Okay, so you can see another dependency, partial dependency. It is just opposite of the functional dependency. In a relation, that it would be partially functionally dependent on A. If B is functionally dependent on A as well, then और किसी proper subset पे भी depend करता है, then it is called as a partial dependency. Okay, is that okay? So you can see the example here: enrollment number, department name, SPI. We are having a one dependency. If we are having like here, you can see enrollment number. Enrollment number is a primary key. Suppose we are assuming enrollment number is unique and it is a primary key. Okay, so it means enrollment number can also determine the SPI, na? Is that okay?
Yes.
If there is a relation like ABC tends to D, and here we are assuming A is a primary key or A is a key, so we can also write this relation also A tends to D, na? As A can also determine, as key is attributes that can determine every attributes of the table. So it means this dependency we are also having. So it means here D is also depend on A and D is also depend on ABC. So this is called partial dependency, as here it is depending fully, but here D is also depending on A. So here it is not depending on a whole part of this LHS. Here it is partially depending on this A. Is that okay? Okay, Next is transitive dependency. Transitive dependency like that, A tends to B है and B tends to C है, then it means A tends to CB also exist करेगा. So that's why it is called as a transitive dependency, like subject determining faculty and faculty determining age. So it means subject is also determining age. Is that okay?
Yes, sir.
Okay. So these types of dependency, three dependency we will use for defining the definition of the second normal form, third normal form of BCNF. Okay. So now we are starting with the second normal form conditions. So you can see what is the time? Okay, we are having 15 minutes. We are having, है ना? Okay. तो सेकंड एनएफ, यहाँ पे तक कोई दिक्कत हो तो बताओ. अभी तुमको थोड़ा सा डिपेंडेंसीज में मेरे को लग रहा है कुछ प्रॉब्लम होगा. अभी कोई दिक्कत नहीं, अभी अपन वो पढ़ने वाले हैं ना, एनएफ सेकंड एनएफ. so then you will be clear with the every each and every dependencies. Okay, और कोई डाउट हो तो बताओ.
No, sir.
नहीं? Okay, good. So now second normal form. Condition for second normal form is that a relation is in second normal form if and only if it is in 1NF. फर्स्ट कंडीशन क्या हो गई? 1NF पे होना चाहिए. सेकंड कंडीशन क्या हो गई? टेबल शुड कंटेन अ सिंगल प्राइमरी की और सिंगल की. इट मींस there will be a no partial dependencies in the table. So we define a second NF by using the following definitions. You can see a relation R is in second normal form if and only if it follows following two conditions. Like first is it should be in 1NF. तो पहला तो ये है कि 1NF में होना चाहिए, तभी second NF में होगा. तो condition for 1NF we have already seen. Second condition, every non to achieve the second thing is this one na, every non primary key attributes. So what is non primary key attributes? Suppose we are having a relation A B C. Okay, in that we are having AB as a key. AB is a candidate key. Key means candidate key. Whenever we are talking about key, so it means we are talking about the candidate key. Is that okay? Okay. So here every non-primary key attribute. So here A and B are the primary key attributes or prime attributes. Prime attributes, they are called prime attributes or primary key attributes and also called as a key attributes. है ना? कुछ भी लिखूं मैं, सबका मीनिंग सेम है. Is that okay? की एट्रीब्यूट्स बोलूं, प्राइमरी की एट्रीब्यूट्स बोलूं, या नॉन या प्राइम एट्रीब्यूट्स बोलूं, सारे का मतलब सेम है. रेस्ट सी बचा. सी इज अ नॉन की एट्रीब्यूट. सी को हम क्या बोलते हैं? नॉन की. इट इज नॉट अ पार्ट ऑफ एनी की. और नॉन प्राइम एट्रीब्यूट्स, नॉन प्राइम एट्रीब्यूट्स और नॉन प्राइमरी की एट्रीब्यूट्स. इज दैट ओके? सो सारी टर्मिनोलॉजी यहाँ पे यूज हो रही है. सो आई थिंक इट इज क्लियर टू यू that what is the prime attributes of key attributes or primary key attributes and what is non key attributes or non prime attributes or non primary key attributes. Is that okay?
Yes, sir.
Okay. जो attributes key का part होता है, it means it is a prime attributes or key attributes. Attributes which are not the part of the any key, so that attributes is called non key attributes. Is it okay? Okay. So the condition is that every non prime attributes or non key attributes is fully dependent on the key. Key means here we are talking about not basically about the primary key. It is a candidate key. So there will be a multiple candidate key in a relation. Okay na? Is that okay? So we have written similarly how we can have a relation in second normal form. Second, another way we can represent this second condition like here: no any non-primary key attributes is partially dependent on the primary key or key. Primary key, or we can write key. Is that okay? Okay. So you can see the example like here. This is a relation A B C D. Okay. Assume for this relation ए बी इज अ क्या है? कैंडिडेट की है. ए बी क्या है? कैंडिडेट की है. देन ए बी टेंड्स टू सी, दिस इज अलाउड. ए बी टेंड्स टू डी, दिस इज अलाउड. बट A tends to C, it means AB का पार्ट क्या है, पार्शियली AB का कुछ पार्ट होगा, AB का पार्ट एक A भी है और A B भी है ना, A और B are the part of the key. So here if I written here it is a non-prime attributes. See, it is partially depending on the part of the key. Non-key attribute is partially dependent on the primary key. तो ये partial dependency हो गई कि नहीं हो गई? हाँ?
Yes.
Similarly, D is a non-key attribute. Non-key attribute is partially dependent on the key attributes. So it means it is a partial dependency. Similarly, C is a non-key attribute. Non-key attribute is partially depending on the key attributes. Here, similarly, non-key attribute is partially depending on key attribute. So in all these cases are not allowed in second NF. If you find such kind of dependency in the relation, so you can see a given relation is not in second NF. Is that okay?
बट सर हाँ इसमें ये भी तो कहा था कि सर कोई भी कंपोजिट वाली की वैसे नहीं कर सकते।
नहीं, कंपोजिट तो ऑलरेडी सॉल्व हो चुका होगा क्योंकि रिलेशन शुड बी इन वन एनएफ, देन वी आर हैविंग चेकिंग फॉर द सेकंड एनएफ। तो कंपोजिट वाला कोई प्रॉब्लम तो आएगा नहीं ना यहाँ पे।
मैं वही कह रहा हूँ कि फर्स्ट हमने ये कहा था ना कि प्राइमरी की में कोई कंपोजिट नहीं हो सकती, मतलब मल्टीपल वैल्यूज नहीं हो सकती, मतलब प्राइमरी की सिर्फ एक कॉलम की।
नहीं, ऐसा कुछ नहीं है, प्राइमरी की मल्टीपल कॉलम का हो सकता है। अगर कोई कॉलम ही ऐसा नहीं है जो यूनिकली डिटरमाइन कर रहा हो, तो प्राइमरी की को हमने मल्टीपल एट्रीब्यूट से भी तो बनाया है। आपने देखा होगा मेरी स्लाइड है, प्रेजेंटेशन स्लाइड, उसमें एसक्यूएल में देखना।
नहीं सर, मैं इसमें कह रहा हूं नॉर्मलाइजेशन में नहीं करता है।
नहीं नहीं, ऐसा कहीं पर भी मेंशन नहीं है, और ये भूल के भी मत कह देना कहीं किसी से कोई। इज दैट ओके? ओके ना? हेलो तारू, ओके ना? ये गलत इंटरप्रिटेशन होता है हमारा कि हम बोल देते कि प्राइमरी की मतलब सिंगल एट्रीब्यूट होगा। इट इज नॉट गारंटीड इन ऑल द रिलेशन हैविंग अ प्राइमरी की एज ए सिंगल एट्रीब्यूट्स। प्राइमरी की हमारी कंपोजिट भी हो सकती है, मल्टीपल एट्रीब्यूट से बन सकती है, और हमने बनाई भी है। एसक्यूएल की मैंने क्वेरी भी दिखाई है आपको, और एग्जांपल भी दिखाया है, यहाँ पे प्राइमरी की मल्टीपल एट्रीब्यूट्स की बनाई है।
नहीं सर, वो तो ठीक है, मुझे लगा यहाँ पे था कुछ, मेरे को लगा स्लाइड में दिया।
नहीं, ऐसा कहीं पे ऐसा कोई स्टैंडर्ड नहीं है, मैं बता दे रहा हूँ आपको क्लियरली। ठीक है ना? ठीक है, ओके। ये हो सकता है कि एक की हो सकती है एक रिलेशन में, जरूरी नहीं कि दो हो। जो अपन ने यहाँ पे लिखा है, टेबल शुड कंटेन ए सिंगल प्राइमरी की, मतलब एक ही की होगी। एट्रीब्यूट्स की में कितने हैं वो, दैट इज अ डिफरेंट पार्ट, है ना। अगर एक ही की है, एक की एट्रीब्यूट्स की बनी हुई है, तो उस केस में पार्शियल डिपेंडेंसी होगी नहीं कभी। अगर सपोज करो ए इज अ सिंगल एट्रीब्यूट्स, ए बी सी डी रिलेशन है, उसमें ए की है, तो कभी पार्शियल होगा ही नहीं ना। ऐसी कोई डिपेंडेंसी बना ही नहीं सकते जो आधे ए से बन जाए, ए बाई 2 से कोई बी को डिटरमाइन करे, ऐसा तो कोई डिपेंडेंसी होगा ही नहीं ना। तो जो भी डिपेंडेंसी होगी वो या तो ए पे फुली होगी या नहीं होगी, तो वो सेकंड एनएफ में माना जाएगा। इज दैट ओके ना? एक एग्जांपल देखो, एक एग्जांपल टेबल है, कस्टमर आईडी, अकाउंट नंबर, एक्सेस डेट, बैलेंस एंड ब्रांच नेम। यहाँ पे एक डिपेंडेंसी है, जैसे सीआईडी से मैंने किसको डिटरमाइन किया, सीआईडी से मैंने किसको डिटरमाइन किया, सीआईडी एंड अकाउंट नंबर। इन दोनों का कॉम्बिनेशन को मैं क्या मान रहा हूँ, अभी की मान के चल रहा हूँ। तो एक आप डिपेंडेंसी देख सकते हो, ये दिया हुआ है सीआईडी अकाउंट नंबर। इससे डिटरमाइन किसको कर रहा हूँ, एक्सेस डेट को, बैलेंस को, ब्रांच को, क्योंकि ये प्राइमरी की है दोनों। ये दोनों प्राइमरी की का, दोनों प्राइमरी की मतलब है कि दोनों these attributes are the part of the key, so both attributes are combinedly forming a one key, है ना। so this is a key whole attribute। so key अपनी क्या होगी, key को मैं डिनोट करूंगा ऐसे, CID and a number। is that okay? so this is a key, ये की है। तो ये डिपेंडेंसी लिखा है, तो इट मींस ऑल द एट्रीब्यूट्स ऑफ द राइट साइड आर नॉन प्राइम एट्रीब्यूट्स ना। ये नॉन प्राइम है ना, आर फुली डिपेंडेंट ऑन द की के पार्ट पे नहीं है ना। बट इफ आई एम हैविंग अ डिपेंडेंसी लाइक बैलेंस एंड ब्रांच नेम, दीज आर द नॉन प्राइम एट्रीब्यूट्स, okay, are functionally or partially depending on account number. Account number is a part of the key, so the partial dependency हो गया, it is a partial dependency. Okay, is that okay na? Okay, so it is a partial dependency. It means this is not allowed in second NF. So balance and branch name are partially dependent on the key or part of the key. अकाउंट नंबर पे डिपेंड कर रहा है, अकाउंट नंबर पूरा कंप्लीटली डिपेंड नहीं कर रहे हैं ना, तो प्राइमरी की इन दोनों से बनी हुई है। ये देखो, ये डिसीजन एग्जांपल, ओके। सो कस्टमर, सो दिस टेबल इज नॉट इन सेकंड NF. इज दैट ओके? ओके, so if you want to resolve this case, then what you can do, you can divide this table into the multiple relations. Okay, if an account A0 is operated jointly by two customers, say C01 and C02, then the data values of attributes balance and branch name will be duplicated in two different tuples. You can see na, C0 A0, C02 A02, ये दो कॉलम है ना, अकाउंट नंबर ये है, तो ये दो कस्टमर है, जॉइंट अकाउंट है, तो ये डेटा, ये डेटा, ये डेटा, ये डेटा, ये डेटा, ये डेटा सेम ही है ना। सिमिलरली हियर, इज दैट ओके ना? तो ये रिडंडेंसी आ रहा है कि नहीं आ रहा है? एक रो इसमें से रिमूव कर सकते हो, एक रो इसमें से रिमूव कर सकते हो, तो रिडंडेंसी है। सो नॉर्मलाइजेशन के स्टार्टिंग में भी हैव सीन, तो नॉर्मलाइजेशन बेसिकली रिड्यूस द रिडंडेंसी. इज दैट ओके? So you can see the example how we have to decompose this relation so that this redundancy is removed. So you can see here, if I remove, we can decompose. So while decomposing, first of all we have to remove the partial dependent attribute from the relation that violates the second NF. So how we can remove? Place them in a separate relation. So जो attributes थे उनको separate relation में डालो. Separate access date था, तो इसको separate relation में डाल दिया. Balance and branch we have put it in the separate relation table, and we have keep it as like access date with account number. Okay, so you can see here C01 and A01, C02 अकाउंट नंबर एक ज्वाइंट लिखा हुआ है, ये तो यहाँ पे एक इंफॉर्मेशन हुई है, दूसरे अकाउंट का इंफॉर्मेशन है ज्वाइंट अकाउंट का, तो हर एक का एक्सेस डेट हमारे पास डिफरेंट डिफरेंट आ रहा है. ओके, बट बैलेंस और ब्रांच नेम, दीज आर द कॉमन वैल्यूज ना, इनको सेपरेट हमने टेबल बना दिया. देन यू कैन सी राजकोट अब एक ही बार तो लिखा है, दो बार नहीं लिखा ना. बैलेंस जो 50,000 लिखा था एक ही बार तो लिखा है, और जो 25,000 लिखा वो एक ही बार तो लिखा है. तो देन इट मींस हियर रिडंडेंसी हैज बीन रिमूव्ड ना. Is that okay? So whenever we are decomposing, so take care, whatever the attributes that we are taking for dependency as a partial dependency, that attributes we have to actually use as a key attributes in the another table. तो यहाँ पे अकाउंट नंबर को, अकाउंट नंबर पे डिपेंडेंसी थी ना बैलेंस और ब्रांच की, so that's why we have included this account number here. Okay ना? Okay, is that okay? चलो थर्ड एनएफ अपन नेक्स्ट टाइम पे देखेंगे, और सेकंड एनएफ पे कुछ एक्सरसाइज भी करेंगे अब नेक्स्ट, है ना? ओके, तो नेक्स्ट मंडे को वी विल बी हैविंग अ क्लास. ओके, सो आई रिक्वेस्ट यू टू अटेंड दैट क्लास. एंड ट्यूसडे आई एम नॉट एबल टू टेक द क्लास. ट्यूसडे को अपना सेकंड हाफ में होगा, तो देख लूंगा सेकंड हाफ का क्लास थोड़ा सा मैं पोस्टपोन करूंगा दूसरे दिन के लिए, या मॉर्निंग में ले सकता हूँ क्या. So just we will discuss in the group. Okay.